No matter the spiritual direction our journey takes, the only certainty is uncertainty and the only constant change. One of the greatest paradoxes of the spiritual journey is that it offers no fixed destination. It is not a straight path with clearly marked milestones or guaranteed outcomes. It is a living, unfolding process, dynamic, unpredictable, and deeply personal. No matter how committed we are to growth, how disciplined our practices become, or how sincere our intentions may be, one truth remains unchanged. The only certainty is uncertainty, and the only constant is change. At first glance, this realization can feel unsettling. Human beings naturally seek stability. We long for clarity, permanence, and predictability. We want assurances that our efforts will lead somewhere secure, that our relationships will remain intact, that our beliefs will stand unshaken over time. But spirituality invites us to question this desire for permanence. It gently reveals that change is not an obstacle to peace. It is the very condition through which growth becomes possible. From early childhood, we are taught to build identities based on what seems stable: our roles, achievements, beliefs, relationships, and plans. We come to rely on these structures as anchors of meaning. We assume that what feels secure today will continue to feel secure tomorrow. Yet, life continually challenges this assumption. Circumstances shift, opportunities appear and disappear. People enter and leave our lives. Our own values and desires evolve. Even our understanding of ourselves transforms over time. Spiritually, this constant flux is not evidence of chaos. It is evidence of life itself. Impermanence is woven into the fabric of existence. Everything that arises will eventually pass. Everything that forms will eventually dissolve. Everything that begins will eventually end. The discomfort we feel in response to change often stems not from change itself, but from our resistance to it. On the spiritual path, change becomes a profound teacher. Moments of loss reveal the depth of our attachments. Moments of success reveal the fluidity of identity. Moments of uncertainty reveal the limits of control. When familiar structures dissolve, we are invited to re-examine who we are beneath them. When certainty disappears, we are encouraged to cultivate trust, not in external conditions, but in our capacity to adapt and grow. Change disrupts complacency. It prevents stagnation. It opens space for transformation. Without change, growth would be impossible. The ego seeks predictability because predictability offers the illusion of control. It prefers familiar discomfort to unfamiliar possibility. It clings to routines, expectations, and narratives that reinforce a stable sense of self. Uncertainty threatens this stability. When outcomes cannot be predicted, the ego experiences anxiety. It attempts to resolve ambiguity by imagining worst-case scenarios or by retreating into rigid beliefs. But spiritually, uncertainty is not an enemy. It is an invitation. It invites humility, the recognition that we do not possess complete knowledge. It invites openness, the willingness to consider new perspectives. It invites faith, the trust that meaning can emerge even when direction is unclear. Uncertainty dismantles the illusion that life must conform to our expectations. Spiritual growth is less about arriving somewhere and more about becoming someone. As we move through different phases of life, our priorities shift. What once seemed essential may lose importance. What once felt insignificant may gain meaning. Beliefs evolve. Relationships deepen or dissolve. Goals are redefined. Identity expands. Each transformation involves letting go of previous versions of ourselves. Each new beginning requires the release of something familiar. This process can feel disorienting. It may even resemble loss. But spiritually, it is a natural unfolding. We are not meant to remain unchanged. If everything is changing, where can we find stability? Spiritual wisdom suggests that true stability arises not from external circumstances, but from inner awareness. External conditions are inherently unstable. Careers shift, Relationships transform, health fluctuates, environments evolve, but the capacity to observe, reflect, and respond consciously remains accessible. By cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and presence, we develop an internal anchor that is less affected by external flux. We may not control what changes, but we can influence how we meet change. Inner stillness becomes a refuge amid uncertainty. One of the central practices of spirituality is surrender, not resignation, but acceptance. Surrender acknowledges that not everything can be predicted or controlled. It recognizes that life unfolds through complex interactions beyond individual intention. By resisting change, we intensify suffering. By accepting change, we reduce conflict between expectation and reality. Acceptance does not eliminate pain, but it softens resistance. Surrender allows us to flow with experience rather than against it. Change is not only disruptive, it is creative. New opportunities often emerge from unexpected transitions. Fresh insights arise through unfamiliar experiences. Growth becomes possible through altered perspectives. Moments of uncertainty can catalyze innovation, empathy, and resilience. When certainty dissolves, curiosity becomes available. We explore alternative approaches. We reconsider assumptions. We engage more fully with the present. Change generates possibility. Because outcomes cannot be guaranteed, spirituality encourages faith in process rather than attachment to results. We may not know where a decision will lead. We may not foresee the consequences of a transition. We may not predict the timing of resolution. Yet we continue to act with intention. Faith supports persistence when clarity is absent. It sustains motivation when progress appears slow. Trust in process allows us to participate in transformation without demanding certainty. To embrace impermanence is to recognize that every experience, pleasant or painful, is temporary. Joy will shift, sorrow will shift, success will shift, failure will shift. Nothing remains static. This realization can foster gratitude for present moments. It can also encourage resilience during difficulty. Impermanence ensures that challenges are not permanent, just as it ensures that comfort is not fixed. Change balances experience. Spiritual integration involves accepting both stability and change as aspects of existence. We seek inner grounding while acknowledging external flux. We cultivate resilience while embracing vulnerability. We maintain purpose while remaining adaptable. Awareness helps us navigate transitions without losing coherence. Through reflection, meditation, or contemplative practice, we observe patterns of change and develop perspective. In conclusion, no matter the spiritual direction our journey takes, the only certainty is uncertainty, and the only constant, change, encapsulates a fundamental spiritual insight. Life is dynamic. Identity evolves. Circumstances transform. Outcomes remain unpredictable. Rather than resisting these realities, spirituality invites us to engage with them consciously. Uncertainty becomes a source of humility and openness. Change becomes a catalyst for growth and creativity. Inner awareness becomes a stable foundation amid fluctuation. In accepting impermanence, we discover resilience. In embracing uncertainty, we cultivate faith. The journey is not about eliminating change, it is about learning to move with it. And in that movement, transformation unfolds.